really trying to get millions. Get a bigger high view so vivid. A couple cars and raw chrome with it. You think materials make me sound silly? Like really, so how are you so
just about set to go now. And today's starter, Dustin May.
Well, he's got such great discipline in between starts, taking care of himself, making sure he's lifting, his stamina stays high. He's a guy that wants to finish every start that he makes. Now, we know that's not quite possible, but he's well conditioned to throw over 100 pitches effectively. I think if you're on the other side, you've got to try to have lengthy at-bats, run that pitch count up, and perhaps get him out of the ball game early. He's kind of a rare pitcher in today's game. We'll see what he's got in this one.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. The wind of the pitch. That one fouled off, 2-2. The schedule is always a topic in the GBL. How could it not be? You play 28 games against 7 other teams, and the top 4 advance to the postseason.
Exactly. 8 teams, and you play the other 7 teams 4 times for a total of 28 games.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Rodriguez settles under it. And there's one down. What's the impact of this type of schedule?
Well, you don't get many extra chances, that's for sure. And you can't have a bad series against a bad team and figure you'll just make it up later.
Taylor Ward, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. Next one is off the plate. Ball 1. It kind of sounds like you're saying this format feels like the playoffs right from the start of the season.
It does, Boog, and obviously.
Oh, this ball is crushed into left field. It's on its way and gone. Taylor Ward blasts one out, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0. If you hit the ball that far, you know we're going to check the numbers. Let's go back to the Nerd Herd and StatCast. That was impressive.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they don't hit him much farther than that, Boog. Everything's got to come together to hit a ball like that, and he really showed us something right there.
And boom goes the dynamite. And it's Rafael Devers in the box. That one's on its way. No question about it, and that one will go. Rafael Devers rounds the bases, and they add a run. It's 3-0. Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. 2 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Well struck, right field. That one is back. And boom goes the dynamite. Matt Chapman hits one out, and they tack on to their lead. It's 4-0.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
A change in the first, and here's the oh, and now this one's crushed. This one's on its way and gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers, and they boost their lead. It's 5-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here.
Carpenter puts the squeeze on that one. And bottom of the first, standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Jordan Diaz. There's a strike. 0-2 as he waves at that one.
5-run lead after their first at bat. That is huge at this point, but you've got to keep the attitude to keep your foot on the gas. Don't let that team back in this ball game. Cruise to the finish line, but do it with intention.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and now one away. Now at the plate, Kerry Carpenter. That one's in there, 0-1.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Strike two. To say Bob Gibson's season in 1968 was outstanding is an understatement. His ERA that year was 1.12. That's so dominant it doesn't even seem possible. And now number 47. In there, and it's 0-1.
Gibson won the Triple Crown that year in the National League. He was just absolutely untouchable. Hitters had a hard time sleeping the night before his starts.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Depending on who you ask, Gibson either gets the blame or the credit for Major League Baseball lowering the mound after that 1968 season. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. New inning getting started. Now it's the power speed combo. Trey Turner. Soto back to work. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike.
Boog, our man Darryl Parker, DP, at home plate for this one. Pretty average size strike zone, but the book on him is that it sort of moves around. You can't always count on how he's going to call it from game to game.
2 strikes.
The 1-2. Line drive, base hit. And now the first baseman, Yu Chang. He's 0 for 1. First offering misses badly for ball 1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Turner on at first, nobody out. Now snap throw to first. Turner back easily.
Good speed on the base pass. He handles the bat very well. I wouldn't be surprised if the skipper puts on some type of hit and run or run and hit.
Good feed, that's one. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play. Here's a speed threat, Taylor Ward. He's already homered in this game. That's ripped, base hit, and that keeps the inning alive. Man at first, here's the power hitting catcher, JT Realmuto. He's already homered here in this one. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 7-0. Righty reliever out of the pen, Jonathan Loaisiga. He's being eased into the game here with the bases empty. Ripped to right center, and that one will leave the park. Out of here.
Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
And that is the third out of the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Back here at Wales Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the shortstop, Adam Frazier.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine. Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some guys. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
Ken Griffey Jr. now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Next offering misses, and that's ball 1. Griffey was an instant sensation when he burst onto the major league scene back in 1989. A sweet swinging 19-year-old kid, and he got to play alongside his dad. He was a special player. And now the count is even.
And in his rookie year, it was already clear that Ken Griffey Jr. was a generational talent, a bona fide 5-tool player, and every one of those 5 tools was elite.
Next offering is fouled back.
That term 5-tool guy gets thrown around lightly sometimes, but with Junior, it applies 100%. There's nothing this guy couldn't do on the diamond.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Julio Rodriguez. And that's in there for strike 1. And ball 1.
Had some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far moving the ball around nicely.
Two outs. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Back inside Wells Park, onto the 3rd inning, and here is Matt Chapman. Loaisiga back to work. And that one is inside ball 1. Loaisiga goes 5 feet 11 inches. He features a sinker, a slurve, a changeup, and he works in a 4-seamer. The next pitch misses. 2-0. And the righty deals. Fly ball down the line. High bounce, takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double. And next is the designated hitter, Munetaka Murakami. And first offering is fouled off. Man at second. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. No outs. Runner on second. Swings through it for the K. Gassed it right by him. Now here is Craig Biggio. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Slice down the right side. Move to second, and he dives back in safely. And 1-2.
2 strikes.
And that one goes straight to the backstop. Chapman up to 3rd on the wild pitch. The 2-2 on the way. Liner, and that should be extra bases. The run scores from 3rd. It's 9-0. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Comes through with the RBI. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Turner takes low, second trip to the plate in this one. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Back up the middle and a base hit. Here comes Biggio around 3rd. He'll score easily, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10. Diego Castillo gets handed the rock out of the pen.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
That one misses, and the count is 1-2. Castillo will throw over, and Turner's back in. The next offering misses. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
The pitch. That one found hard the other way. Move to first. Turner gets back easily. And here it comes. So now 1-2.
For a guy that's been swinging the bat well all game long, that was a pretty ugly swing right there. I'm sure he'll tighten it up on this next pitch.
Turner runs. Caught him looking for the K. And welcome back. Set for the bottom of the third. And now Babe Ruth. New pitcher on here. Jose Alvarado. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise. Alvarado, a very difficult guy to get hits off. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And that should be extra bases. Into second with a double. And they've got something brewing now.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Against good pitchers, you got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
Fastball almost got him there.
Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
Tatis waits. And down on strikes. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Stepping in, Jorge Posada. And the lefty with the 0-1. To the right side, it's through for a hit. Ruth around third. He will score, and they're on the board, but lots of ground to make up. Jordan Diaz now at the plate. And there's a strike. As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that, somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that, stuff is just too good to fail.
Ward sizing it up. Makes the grab, tracks it down after the long run. And there are two down.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
That's off the mark. 1-1.
And he's got deception in his delivery. And it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. It gets on them a little bit quicker than they anticipate, even though they know what the velocity numbers are.
Next one misses. Ball 3. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game. 10-1, the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
No, I ain't God, but I'm feeling just like him. Oh, don't trip. See, I was in the whip, riding me and mine. We was listening to us, no one else, that's it. That's your flesh, just a bit. Let me talk, man. Let's say my head got big. Yeah, well, listen, man, world it made me crazy. Might just turn around, do 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no baby. See, devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip.
Fans, our final line score. First for the victorious visiting team, 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and they left one man on base. For the home team, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they left 1 man on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 26 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.